Oh, you never know where I'm going to pick for a boondocking location, and this one is beautiful, up high on the hills above Mount Pleasant, Utah. Little cool up here. It felt really good, but you never know what's going to show up at a boondocking location. And this one, I don't know if I can zoom in on all the sheep that have moved into the top of the hill here, but they are all over, including a dog, a guard dog, who's not sure if I should be walking up to the road here. You can see a car coming from way over the other side, kind of working his way through the crowd here. It's been pretty peaceful up here, but then I started hearing noise outside, and I thought I'd have to come out and take a look. They're way down at the other end down there. Cars coming through. Have to be careful. Yeah. Just another thing to watch out when you're boondocking. They talk about wild animals and being afraid of wild animals when you're out. I'm not too much afraid of them, except maybe the dog. The guard dog seems a little intimidating, but that's kind of his job. Watch out for the sheep. I do not see a person around, so I assume that the dogs are in charge. But they just moved in. It's been peaceful up here. Well, it's 100 degrees down in the lower parts. Up here, this is the highest, I think, that I've ever boondocked. 9,311 feet. And it is cool. In fact, I've got my jacket out. Occasionally I'll grab that if it gets a little too cool. And heat has been on in the coach, but I can't complain about the view. And one of the things I love about boondocking is views like this. I will take it. Utah has been spectacular, and really loving this boondocking site. So I think this is probably, we're going to do the live from here. Had a little bit of a rainstorm. Hopefully the rainstorms will be done. You can see the black clouds over that way. They come and go. They come and go. It's looking nice. I will take it. You can't see through. That looks like rain coming down right there. And right on the other side of that is a mountain that appears to be a little bit taller than where I'm at right now. Fresh coat of snow on the top of that one over there. And it's only August 3rd. I can only imagine how much snow they get up here. I will not be here for that. This is just a temporary spot to kind of rest and relax and enjoy the cool air. But there you go. All right, guys, let's get on with this live. We will see you in just a second. Hang on. Let's take a look at the. We're just being invaded by sheep. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Happy Hour Live. I'm Dave. Look, I've got a coat on. I'm telling you, I'm not even sure how that works, but I've got a coat on. The wind has started kicking up here in the last 15 minutes. I am on top of a hill, but I had to kind of precariously position myself to try to minimize the wind, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. So if you see me hold down the table, that just means a gust has come along and it is trying to blow us away. So we're gonna do our best here. So already see a couple, one person in the green room here. Just to let you know, let me put out real quick if I can get my cursor over there. Here is the link right there in the chat room, and let's put that up there. If you want to join us, it is open mic night. Normally the last Sunday live of every month, but last week, if you were watching last week, I had technical difficulties. I could not hear anything on this end. Audio seems to be working okay. It did take a full reboot of the computer, and then everything seemed to be fine. So could not tell you exactly what happened last week, but we moved last week to this week, so we'll just go back in time a little bit. How's that? Let's say hi to everybody in the house here. I saw no, I know it wasn't Cosmic Mermaid and Starman. Bill and Dawn, and I think Bill got the first in the house. Dawn was right after. You two, you must sit on the computer. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. And we almost did Mountain Time. That would have been an hour earlier for everybody, and I tried not to mess everybody up. So it's 6 o'clock, I guess, Pacific. I'm not sure how you look at that. It is actually 7 o'clock here, but you can see the sun and everything. We're not. It's way up in the sky. Look at that. I mean, no chance of a sunset for tonight's live, but we always try. I always try. One of the reasons why I picked 6 o'clock, it seems to be in general right around that time, but we're not going to get that lucky. It's that time of year. But saying hi to Cosmic Mermaid and Starman, they are in the house. There is Miss Pearl. Glad to have you here. Let's roll on by. I saw Dawn there somewhere. Dawn, are you gonna join us tonight? It would be great to have you on. Next exit is in the house. There's Mr. Bob. And I don't see Gary here, but I imagine Gary might be along. Gary, I saw Miss Carol. So I'm not sure where Gary is, but I saw, if you saw Gary's video here, he just tackled the leak up on the roof. I might have a little bit of input on that. Oh, we had a car drive by. There is a road that goes back down that way, and you know how many people I've seen on that road? So wouldn't you know, it just takes a live and they'll be along. So let's go on down the way. Kimberly KJ is in the house. Glad to have you here. There was Miss Pearl. I think I mentioned her. WCRV Adventures saying hi. I think they are over on the Oregon coast. Are you still on the Oregon coast? Maybe they've moved on. I don't know. Our Vision Nomadic Living, Sean and Angie, there you are, right there. Welcome to Utah, an open range in the Rockies. It sure is. You could have blown me over when a whole flock, is it a flock, a herd of sheep, a flock of sheep, a bunch of sheep showed up. So let's roll on. And yeah, it is definitely green up here. I was just talking to a local here a little earlier, and he said it was the winter. The last winter was just up until about 3 weeks ago. The road was still blocked up here where I'm at, and yeah, it doesn't surprise me. There's RV Living Life. That's Mr. Gary right there, and Gary, come on. Come on with us here. I have a little bit of input on that video you kicked out, and maybe I can help a little bit. explain what happened there with your AC. Here's the link if you want to join us. It is open mic night. If you have a channel, if you want to advertise your channel and put it out there, come on and say hi. Hag of the Hills, that's Miss Sarah. She is sheltering in Quartzsite, Arizona, and hopefully not too warm up there. Does it freak you out that I'm wearing a jacket right now? And it is not all that cold, but I'm here to tell you the wind has picked up, and there is a little bit of chill to that wind. Market share is in the house. Good looking location. I wish I could give you that view, and maybe as the sun goes down, or if it can. But I'm here to tell you, I am at 9,300 feet in the. I don't know. Is this considered the Rockies? I think Sean said it earlier. Sean, is this the Rockies here that I'm at? It sure feels like it. I've never been so high up and boondocking before, and there is a price to pay for that, though. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit, because you can't be at this altitude and not have or feel some of the effects of it. And I'm definitely feeling it. I saw Lenny. Lenny is out there somewhere. Oh yeah, they are in the green room. They're going to join us here in a little bit. Miss Laura is in the house, and Bee Trapper. There is Bee Trapper, saying hi to everybody. All right, gosh, guys, I am telling you, I'm sitting in the dark. Dave, give us a few minutes. Absolutely. RV Rant is on the Gary and Frankie. Hey, Gary and Frankie, RV Rant, were you guys the ones that gave me the blue cup at, oh my gosh, in Lake Tahoe, I think it was. And you know what? I was just looking at that cup, drinking it this morning, as a matter of fact, and I don't have it here. Gary has to come on because I've got my RV Living Life cup. And so... Dave, is it you or my end cutting out? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that, Don. Hold the phone closer. Hold the phone closer so I can see. Life with Lenny. There it is, right there. They're going to be joining us here a little bit. I see a whole group of you back there in the green room. Yeah, there's it. Yep, good to see everybody in there. We'll bring you on in a little bit. And yeah, what was it? There you go, right there, smack dab in the Rockies. Scott, it is beautiful up here, guys. It is beautiful. Now, the highest that I have been up until this point was Salida, Colorado, and I checked today. That was about 8,000 feet, and I have never been quite this high. I've been here for a few days and noticed things are off a little bit. Things are odd. I'll put it that way. We'll talk about that. But let's go on and introduce everybody and say, or go ahead and say hi to everybody that is in the green room. Life with Lenny, are you guys? That looks like you got a whole crew there. Are you guys ready? Yeah, they're ready. All right, come on. Let's get you on. How are you?
So are you, Gary?
Oh my gosh, how are you guys doing?
Hey,
fantastic.
Look at our view.
Thank you. You guys, it's a little hard to hear you, so if oh, there we go. I just heard somebody.
We got Wayne and Carrie here, WC Adventures.
Well, I see Wayne and Carrie, WC RV Adventures is there. You guys are hanging out. Watch out for that guy in the orange. That's all I'm going to say. Now, where are you guys at? And where are you guys at now?
We are at Waldport.
Waldport.
WALDPORT, Port, Waldport. We're right by the bridge. It was beautiful, but you just can't see it. I'm sorry. We
Oregon.
tried.
Oregon. We're in Oregon. Pacific Ocean.
Love it. Love it. I got mountains. I got mountains.
Hey, Dave, we spent hours finding this spot.
You didn't. It was. I have a feeling you had some help.
No, well, there was 4 of us, but it took hours.
No signal. No signal at Whaler's Rest or South Jetty.
So we found
there
this
you
little
go.
depot by the bridge, and it worked great.
Awesome. Now, is that 1,000 trails? Where are you at? Where are you at there?
We're in between South Jetty and Whaler's Rest.
Okay.
We're at South Jetty, and they're at Whaler's Rest. So we met in the middle.
Okay. Now, I saw Bob. He's over there on the coast, and they went crabbing. Now, have you guys been crabbing yet?
No, sort of.
Okay.
We got a nice person that gave us crabs.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You will love it. You can just go to one of the local tackle shops there. They rent out the nets, and sometimes even the RV parks there will have crab nets that you can loan. They'll loan you, and go out to Alsea or Newport or any bay where you can, and go there and have fun. And I'd love to hear about it.
Well, we had somebody that he actually, I told him I love crab. Showed up with a couple of the large Dungeness crabs, and I'm like, they were still alive, and I'm like, I can't kill it. I don't know what to do.
Oh no!
So he took care of all that for me. And it
Well,
was the exact
Lenny's a big guy. He can be your muscle.
Yeah, I'll kill anything.
Remember that.
Right. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being on, and we're going to keep you on, and let's see if we can. Oh, woo! I do have. Did I mention I was at the top of a mountain here? All right. Holy cow! And probably a little bit cooler here than there. Although there on the coast, you have some pretty good temperatures.
Yeah, the high here I think is around 67. That's just about perfect for me. She has like 3 layers on, so.
I don't think they can hear you.
Nice.
Well, I think he took us enough.
No, they can hear me.
Oh.
Very cool. Let me bring on Dawn. I see Dawn is in here. Dawn, are you ready? You ready to say hi? There we go.
Where's Don?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Hey, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. I'm on an island in the Niagara River.
Now, is that down in the South America? Is there piranha in the Niagara River?
Did I misspell Niagara?
No. I've never heard of the Niagara River.
I would.
We wouldn't know.
Well, where is the Niagara River? You're way up in the Northeast now, aren't you?
Driving. I'm about 9 miles from Niagara Falls. I'm on Grand Island, New York.
Okay. Now, you're close enough. You're going to the Niagara, are you not?
I am, and the problem is it's going to be raining next 2 days, and I'm only here 3 nights. This is the most expensive RV park I've ever been to.
Oh, no kidding.
Even Good Sam's discount is still over 112 a day.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
so I am here. Oh, I got a story to tell you about altitude when you're ready to start talking about altitude.
Oh, you cut out on my end.
I'm sorry. When you're ready to start talking about altitude, I got a story to tell you about altitude.
All right, absolutely. Well, I want to hear it, and maybe I'll have a little bit more to add to that too, because Yeah, it's this is my first time being up this high, and it is playing a toll. Now, did you manage to get with Gary? I know the last time we talked, you were going to be up in that area. You were talking about getting with Mr. Gary.
Yeah, it's an issue, but we're going to try to make it work tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you don't have to wait till tomorrow because I've got him right here. Gary, you want to say hi real quick?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Gary, how are you doing?
Hi, Gary.
Everything's distorted here.
It's probably that Starlink.
I'm on my phone. Maybe I need to change the Starlink.
Yeah, I don't know. You're clear on this end. We can hear you just fine. You can't hear us, though.
Oh, that's good. Well, who needs to hear you guys anyway, right? Like I'm here now. I just wanted to make a comment. Like you asked, Wayne and Carrie and Lenny and Angela where they are. All right. You asked them where they are.
There you go.
There you go. Get in there. Come on. There you go.
Hey, Miss Carol, how are you doing?
Great.
She's hiding over there.
Oh, that's okay. That's it. She's in the room talking, so that's it. She's chatting it up in there.
Right.
Now,
I wanted to make a comment there.
Where are you at?
We're in the coach. We're in the Bronte Provincial Park.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't have guessed.
I know, right? What are you asking me? You mean what city am I in?
What is your physical, geological, or geographical location?
Okay. Our home base, Bronte Provincial Park. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oakville, Ontario, Canada. Yeah. Great here. Yeah. Love the spot.
All right. Outstanding. Now you just kicked out a video today. You had some trouble with your AC on top.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was going to fly off. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I watched that video and I do know that we used to see that problem come back from the factory when the coaches were kicked out. It wasn't that they actually were loose. They were actually tight when they left the factory.
Right.
But they have a 1-inch foam gasket underneath. Right. And over time, that foam gasket collapses and it will absolutely loosen up. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what? But I read the specs on that gasket and it's supposed to be 3/4 inch and compressed at 3/8. And it was at 3/4 inch. I could get my thumb in there.
Yeah.
So I had to pull it down. It was not tight.
Yeah, it was. I believe it wasn't tight, but I have seen that before, and
Right.
You reminded me because I
that.
replaced mine about 3 years ago, and I think I have not been up there to retorque that back down again. But I can guarantee you that foam gasket will collapse, will kind of go down and leave you somewhat loose.
That could be true, but it's a brand new air conditioner too, right? It's not like it's been there a long time and got compressed down, right?
Right.
Yeah. They replaced
good on
it.
you for at least.
Down right.
Yeah, you found it. You got the leak, and good on you.
Yeah. Well, I got my hand right in there, and I see where the how it's tied down and where it's screwed into. Mm-hmm. And if that's torqued properly, it's not going to back out, or
Good.
So yeah, it's just the other two that are on the back that have been there since 2014, they're still fine. But the one that we put on last year,
All right, good deal.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. So now last time we talked, you're planning on, you were coming down to the Southwest, but your plans kind of changed. I noticed that.
Oh yeah. Okay, here, let me correct that.
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right, now you're asking the correct person.
Miss Carol, where are you guys going this winter?
We're going to Florida again. Yes, we're going to Florida. And there's a few reasons for that. Is mainly because financial. You know what? You know, it's expensive to go to California, but um, we we have decided to go to Florida this year, and
It's cheaper. Hey,
yeah, it's cheaper,
right.
and
you can wind that road around all you want, but
yeah.
gonna
I
save
don't.
4 or 5 grand.
See, yeah,
It's
$4,000 or
actually,
$5,000 in the 6 months. It's a lot of money, you know, and
yeah.
the markets aren't quite back where we were hoping, and we're hoping that they'll be doing much better. So, but we hear that
So
there's going to be a lot of you coming to Florida next year. So
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Well, I
yeah.
don't blame you a bit. And honestly, from where you guys are, that's an easier trip down for you. I
Oh
love
yeah.
Florida.
When I
I
was
can't.
young, I used to drive that in 22 hours,
Yeah.
and now that we're retired, it takes 2 weeks.
Well, it would take me at least 2 months. So you're doing better. You're still doing better than me, Gary.
Yeah.
We have
Oh,
another
listen to
person
this. Or
in the green room here. Oh, look at that. Okay.
look at that.
There
This
you
is
go.
a tequila margarita in a can. And
All
if you
right.
can see right over there, it says 12.5%.
Wow.
Hey.
They are obviously sponsoring tonight. Well, we have another person. I see Bee Trapper in the house. Let's go real quick
All
over
right.
to Bee Trapper. Are you ready over there?
They give me any shit?
Give me a thumbs up. It looks like you are. There you go. All right.
I don't know if it'll work.
It worked. How are you doing?
Well, I'm pretty remote, so I didn't know if this would work or not.
Your remote is working just fine. Now, how you say you're remote? Do you have like Starlink, or how are you getting to us?
Just my phone. I have a MiFi, hotspot, and so I'm just on my phone right now, but I'm in Eastern Oregon.
You're where?
Eastern Oregon, kind of middle of nowhere.
Get out of here. My old stomping grounds.
Yeah, we're north of Lakeview.
Okay. All right. Yep. I know exactly where you're at.
So we're at our cabin. We have a cabin out here. So that's where we're at. But we're getting ready to Montana. We dusted off the motorhome and got it out last weekend. But going to Montana, we're going to do our tiny toy hauler and pickup.
Okay.
So we're going to do about a 2 week trip up there.
Oh, fantastic. Now, is this a move towards full-time, part-time, or is this just, what are you thinking?
We have RV'd for years, and we did full-time for 5 years and loved it. But family circumstances took us off the road. We took care of my parents for 5 years before they both passed away. And so that made us settle into another area. But we continued RVing, and we entertained at Thousand Trails for years, several years. And music with entertainers. But anyway, so we're just kind of getting back into RVing more again.
Fantastic. You have been coming I've seen you in the comments for years, and you've been coming on, and so glad to finally meet you. This is the first time, if I recall, that you've been on.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. Talking to people.
Right.
I thought, I'm going to go ahead and get it.
We're gonna ask Dave.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad you did. Repeat the name of your channel real quick.
It's just Bead Trapper.
Bead Trapper.
What's the name of the flower?
Believe it or not. You might know where that is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's where the name comes from, but the channel is just Bead Trapper. And I've had it for like 2 years. So it's small, but I enjoy it. And I think last year, our Montana trip, I did about a 5-part little series on it. And so I'll do it again this year.
Well, keep doing it and keep coming on. And really glad that you came on tonight. Stay with us. And we're just going to throw out, you know how this format works. You've probably seen it several times. You know, just we all just kind of talk and talk amongst ourselves. So, just out of curiosity, have you ever just going on with tonight? What's the highest elevation you've ever camped at?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Of course, I've been on top. I've climbed to the top of the South Sister. So, but as far as camping, boy, I don't know. I don't know where the highest have been.
Okay. Yeah, you've got the Steens. You've got a lot of those areas up there that are high up. So, you know what? It has been a blast, but it's also been a learning experience too, because I've had some altitude sickness while I've been up here. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Thanks for coming on. Let's see if we can get everybody back on again here. There we go.
Who are all these people?
Well, all right. So I want to tell you, I've been up here a few days, and the headaches were almost the first night and the first morning, and I didn't know what was going on. And I thought, you know, I take a couple of Tylenol, and you know, I just figure I slept wrong or did something wrong, and there is when this repeatedly kept happening, I did look it up, and there were a number of symptoms that go along with altitude sickness, and I have got them all up here while I've been up here. And I am planning on probably leaving here about Tuesday, but yeah, this has been an experience being up this high.
Nice over there.
We used to live in a teepee for a month a year, and we archery hunted. We would hunt with the longbow and wood arrows, and we live in our teepee. And we were camped at just below 7,000 feet there. I always felt like I was in shape for archery season, but then when the time came, I found myself out of breath, and I realized.
Yeah. I have found my shortness of breath is absolutely a thing here. The other thing is that apparently naps are part of this deal, which I don't mind that one actually, but I think I laid down around 10 o'clock today, and I woke up at 2 o'clock, and I couldn't believe it, but I did notice that. We just lost Gary. I'm not Gary. Gary will be back. We'll find Gary again. So, but I did get out and go for a drive yesterday, and I have been going down into town, and went to, of all things, a drive-in last night.
Oh wow!
And went and saw that Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that is a fantastic movie. It deals with a pretty difficult subject, but I'll tell you what, really enjoyed going and seeing that. So I can recommend.
That's great. Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's worth to see. It's worth to see. So.
I don't know the last time we were at a movie theater. It was a long time.
The last time I was at a drive-in was at least 20 years ago.
No, it wasn't. It was with Tom and Lori.
2017 for me.
You're absolutely right. Working. Let me.
Oh, I'm losing him.
And actually functioning. But I can tell you the funny thing, as I went to the snack bar, it was laid out and very, very similar to the way that drive-in is there in Urington, Nevada. And
If it works, don't fix it.
We have, let's see, we had Hag of the Hill says, does everybody know what their elevation is? I'm at over 9,300 feet right here.
We're at 4,600.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much just above sea level there, aren't you?
Right here,
Right here in the sea.
We're at 4.
We're at 4.
Yeah, and we're
Don, do you know what you're at there?
Well, I've been looking from time to time. I'd be shocked if I'm above 600 feet. I'm probably closer to 2 or 3.
We're at 20.
Gotcha.
We're at 22, 0.
We're at 20.
But I could be around 1,000. It could be around. It's however, I've determined most of the country, excluding the West, is between 600 and 1,200 feet.
Yeah, and that's generally where we're used to kind of being at. You know, I can tell the difference in the vehicle, just driving not only the coach up here, but driving the truck up here. And boy, you're really trying to mash the gas to get anywhere. And it's been.
Dave, are you having any generator issues? I know that with gas generators, they have issues with elevations. Is it the same with diesel?
Okay. That brings me into my next subject. Thank you very, very much. Do you know I have not run the generator up here one time since I got up here? And I have noticed better solar up here than I have seen out of the system any place else that I've been.
I believe it.
Well, you put new wires in, Dave.
I did put new wires in, but I am kind of blown away though at the amount of charge every day. It'll bring me from 10%. It'll bring me right on up to, that's where I started today. It'll bring me right on up to 70 plus percent. I have not needed to run the generator at all, but curiously, I may have to go and try it and see. I don't know.
That'll be for
What was that?
Where's Don at? He was mentioning his elevation. I missed where Don was parked at.
I'm parked on an island in the middle of the Niagara River.
Oh, wow. Okay.
very cool. Don, are you boondocking? Where are you at? A Walmart or a Cabela's? Where are you?
I didn't hear that.
Where are you? Are you at a Walmart or Cabela's?
No, I'm at the most expensive RV park I've ever been to, HTR, and it's called HTR Niagara Campground. Yeah, so I'm 9 miles from Niagara Falls.
There you go.
Can't wait for those videos.
And it's a toll road here and a toll bridge here and out.
There you
Are
go.
you going to be able to use your drone at Niagara Falls?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you going to be able to use your drone at Niagara Falls?
I apologize. You cut out on me.
She's asking, are you able to use a drone up there at Niagara Falls?
Oh, of course not. Isn't it a state or national park?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think about it. It's going to be raining anyway, so I'm never even enter my mind.
Yeah. Scott and Laura mentioned, she says, Scott and I stayed at Estes Park at a cabin at 8,000 feet elevation. They got altitude sickness for the first time. Headaches, muscle cramps, no fun. Yeah, it's been a little, it hasn't been bad, but I'll tell you what, the shortness of breath, and you don't really want to go for a jog. You find yourself out of breath pretty darn quick.
I have that same problem at 20 feet.
Hey, Dave, my first full timing away from the city after I cleared my paperwork on my house selling it, I went up to the mountains in northern New Mexico, over 8,900 feet, and I stayed for over 6.5 weeks.
Oh,
and
wow.
and I've never been in the mountains, ever. So I don't think I had altitude sickness, but maybe it affected me. There was 2 different nights, not in a row, thank God, but 2 different nights I did not sleep 1 wink, which that's never happened to me before in my life. And I guess it was that, and plus full time in RVing was new to me. Getting used to a small bathroom, small bedroom, I don't know. I don't know if it was the altitude sickness or me trying to get used to the RV. But I was in, not too long after that, I was in the mountains in Colorado, and I was talking to this rancher. He was having a whiskey with me at a bar at the RV park I was at Echo Basin Mountains in what is it, San Juan Mountains, and we was about 7,500 feet, and he said he hired a hand, and she didn't even make a week. Even at a little over 7,000 feet, she got altitude sickness.
Yeah. It's funny. They say online, they talk about altitude sickness, and they generally say that it's going to hit you around 8,000 feet or higher, but everybody is a little bit different. And I know for a fact, when I was in the military, I was stationed in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is about 5,500 feet. And I felt it there. And probably the first 3 months that I lived there, there was quite an adjustment getting my body getting used to that altitude. And I definitely felt it.
I went back to the same place in the mountains of Utah. I highly recommend it. And Golden Eagle, Golden Eagle Mess. Right there, they have a lake. They're across the RV parks, across from the lake. They're very nice people. But I went back the following year and didn't have an issue. I think I stayed a month that time.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Tom and Lori, they said we're getting better solar because we're closer to the sun. there might be something to be for that, because up until I got up here, the most that I could pick up was about 50% of my batteries, which I've got 400 amps. So I'm still using power during the day, but at a minimum now, being up here for the few days that I've had, it's regularly at 70% or above. So really, and even using electricity to cook, I used microwave and the induction cooktop to cook, and still came out. I think yesterday I came out at 70%. Today I just checked the batteries and I'm at 72, and that was probably 45 minutes ago. We've still got good sun up here right now. So Laura WGR says it's 89 feet in Florida. I think somebody said the highest point in Florida is 330 feet. So I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, I can believe it.
And it's a landfill.
Hey, Dave, you know what that highest elevation is in Florida? The landfill.
Yeah. And you might be right. You might be right.
I'm sure it's a pine tree.
Oh, now this is higher. James Cornier says the highest a little over 11,000 feet. Now I've been up at 11,000. I've actually driven up to 14,000 feet. But I've never camped this high, never lived up there for this high. You know, when you drive up and visit, you get up there, you take a couple of pictures, you look around, and you come back down. This is the first time that I've actually lived at this altitude going on for some time, and definitely feel it. But 11,000 feet, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. James Gardner, where at? Where at for 11,000 feet? I'd be curious. Probably Colorado, though.
Hopefully that's in a chairlift or a gondola, Dave.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I've ridden up over 11,000 feet on mountains and stuff and spent the day, but never
Right.
kicked there.
Yeah. You know,
Dave,
at 15, oh, go ahead.
if you ever come up north like I did, since northern Illinois, it rained. I think the other day I determined I had 4 days in a row without rain. That was first time. So even though I get 15 hours of solar, a lot of those days it's overcast and raining. So, but I still have put less than 20 hours on my generator since March 31st.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have been kind of doing the same. I've been traveling, and when you're traveling, you really don't need the generator, not with the solar and the alternator working. But I noticed Gary is in the green room. He says, "Everybody say hi to Gary there."
Hi,
Gary, turn on the lights.
Gary, you lost weight.
Gary,
What are you guys doing?
Gary, you
lost
are
so much weight. I can't.
Gary, you are really looking good.
Now watch some white eyes come on.
Pants are required.
Right. We'll see if Gary comes on. We'll just keep him over there to the left and see how that works out. I've been watching Gary. Yeah, I haven't seen.
Oh, James answered.
What's that?
James answered. He said that was above Silverton, Colorado.
Oh, Silverton, Colorado. That makes sense.
There is boondocking up there on off the $1 Million Highway.
Right. Yeah. And that's all tall area. I'm getting ready to head that way, and I look forward to all of that. So maybe in a way, this is kind of acclimating and getting me ready for Colorado. I don't know. So currently, right now, my plans is heading to Albuquerque for the Balloon Fiesta the first week in October, and gonna stop in my old stomping grounds of Colorado Springs, Colorado, Garden of the Gods. There is a new 1,000 trails there. So yeah, technically I'm getting acclimated to this high altitude.
So how did you find a spot? Where did you find a spot to stay for the Albuquerque Balloon Festival? Because I've always wanted to do that. I didn't know if there was is there a lot of boondocking around there?
There is. It's a little tough. It's a little tough. So I'm going off of what I did last time that I went there. I boondocked at the casinos up until the event, and I have a secret casino. I think I want to keep it secret because I'm hoping that they still do it. But just to put it out there, there is a casino that I managed to stay at through last year's. Basically, it was a little bit of a drive in every day to go to the Balloon Fiesta, and it was fantastic. But
we'll be there. We're going to the Balloon Festival.
Are you? Okay. Look forward to seeing you there. I think James Gordonier said he was going to be there, and I've had a few people
cool.
reach out and said that they were going to be there, and so look forward to that.
Hey, Dave, don't forget fantasy football.
Oh gosh, thank you so much, Don. In fact, we have some fantasy footballers here that were on the league last year. Miss Carrie is not allowed to play this year.
But I have a system this year. That means I'm
You have a system this year. Just a heads up, if you did the fantasy football last year, or if you want to get in on that, we are going to change it up this year, and it is going to be 12 teams total. That we're not going to do all the teams that we did last year. I think everybody kind of, I didn't like that. I don't think a lot of people did. And but we had a lot of fun with it still. And who finished out first in the season? Was that Miss Carrie?
No.
It wasn't. Who finished out last year first? I don't remember.
I was close, but it wasn't me.
You were. You beat me. So
No husband, wife teams.
well,
You did not have a husband and wife team. Trust me.
I think Miss Carrie's got it going on. I think she has left all of us in the dust, including Wayne. So yeah,
I think I was in last place, Dave.
What's that?
I was in last place.
You were in. Well, that's okay. You know what? Sometimes it goes that way. But just a heads up, before the end of this month, I am going to be setting up the teams. If you want to be on the team, and hopefully we could talk Gary in. We almost got Gary on last year, and I'd like to get Gary on this year and see if we couldn't get him in there. But we are going to be taking up to 12 teams. And let me throw in my banner real quick. This has the email on it right here. Send an email to me. Put the subject line, put fantasy football, and make sure you include a good email address, that the one that you want to use for your fantasy football. And we will go ahead and see if we can't get this year's team set up. And probably towards the end of this month, we'll be doing our, what do they call that, Don?
Call what?
Oh my gosh.
The draft.
The drafts. See, Carrie's on top of it. She's more on top of it.
Angela. That was Angela.
Man, there are so many seals.
Oh, who do we? I think we lost Speed Trapper.
Oh well.
Did you see it?
Yeah. You can see it with your naked eye coming up and going down.
They're distracted by the seals. I'm sorry.
I have seals.
We have seals. Yes.
Now, have you seen any whales out there?
Yes.
Oh, we've gone to
Depot Bay.
Depot
We saw
Bay.
gray whales breaching.
Here,
They never breach.
we saw them breaching. We saw the great whales breaching.
Oh, love it. Love it.
It
Yeah,
was amazing. And we saw a mother and a baby. It was so sweet. It was nice.
And there was whales.
And we saw whales.
Okay. Now, have you been to Moe's and got clam chowder at Moe's?
We went there 3 times.
We went there
Sliced and not clam chowder.
Twice.
See, that's the way you're doing it right. You're not getting good information. You're not getting good information on the Oregon coast. If somebody doesn't mention, you need to go to Moe's.
I'm not a big seafood guy though, but they got a great chili cheese hot dog.
Oh, they absolutely do. All of their food is It's kind of an institution of the Oregon coast.
Yeah.
So
Angela loves their peanut butter cream pie.
okay, that's it. If that works for you.
Hey, we're going to be in contact with you, Dave, because we counted on you being our tour guide of Bend. So you got to at least give us the top stuff to go see.
I absolutely can do that. I absolutely can do that. So just shoot me.
And
You
we
know,
want to go to the Blockbuster where Don got his shirt.
you're going to go to the last Blockbusters?
Yes.
Oh, you should. You absolutely should.
Did you see the back of my shirt?
I didn't see it. Show us again, Don, so we don't miss that. Fantastic.
Last Blockbuster.
I did that. I did a video and I rented a video from there. So you guys have fun with that.
I did a short.
Angela wants to know what video.
Which video? The one that I did on the last Blockbuster.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that was that last summer? I don't remember now. I'd have to look that up and see. Yeah,
it was a while ago.
It was a while ago. It was a while ago.
That's why there is a search engine in YouTube.
Oh, we thought he rented a video.
No, he did.
You can go to Dave's channel and then search in his channel, put in keywords Blockbuster.
There you go. There you go.
What he rented.
Can I just say though, now you guys are YouTubers. I have just now or just recently figured out the whole hashtag thing. Do you guys use that? And does that make a difference? Is that worth going through and doing all those little hashtags?
Well, you can copy them from one video or other. I do up to 500 characters like you can do.
Is that right?
A separate note or a separate document, all your hashtags,
and just copy and paste.
And then add specifics.
Okay.
Life with Lenny.
There you go.
Yeah,
you heard it here first. Well, no, not really, because I'm just hearing it. I haven't. You know what? I'm not technically inclined. I can barely get on and do these lives. Are you kidding me?
Well, obviously, I'm the guy that needs to give you advice because I have 100 subscribers.
And I'm the hashtagger.
Well, if you've got hashtaggers, you figured out more than I have, so I would take advice. Absolutely.
We have 20-something-year-old kids. It helps.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap this one up. Gosh, it goes by fast. Gary. Let's see. There's Gary. That's Gary. What kind of symbol is that? Is that? I think that was on Star Trek, wasn't it? Isn't that like the Klingon? Yeah. Gary. Gary, what are you doing, Gary?
Starlink, get off Starlink. It's Starlink, man.
No,
Gary, get off Starlink.
He's been attacked by the Klingons.
And then it's changing. He's trying to do it. He's trying. Get Miss Carol. Get away from the computer. Let Miss Carol handle the computer. She can get you signed on. So what, Lenny? What are we gonna be seeing for videos? Anything coming out soon?
I don't know. Just whatever we do. I fell way behind. We did a lot of stuff in Arizona and Utah, and I like pre-set them up to go out at a different date. And I'm doing like 2 a week just to get caught back up because I feel like I'm
He
back in
released
time.
one today.
Yeah.
With he and Dusty, his daughter.
Yeah,
Dusty totally showed him up in driving.
Yeah.
That was her. Oh, the Raven. Totally showed him up.
Just whatever.
Okay. Not to drop any hints, but has anybody been to Skinwalker Ranch?
What is Skinwalker Ranch?
Oh.
Oh, see, Yeah, I am thinking about it. I'm thinking, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm thinking about it. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I'm thinking about it. So thank you guys for being on. It's always great seeing you. And you had Wade and Carrie. Now you gonna have them? You just gonna lock them in the basement or something? What?
Yes.
Well, let them out.
I
Let them
cook.
out to at least play fantasy football every now and then.
We bring them out at lunch and dinner.
She cooks really well, so.
He knows.
Outstanding. Well, thank you guys for being on. Hang on until the end. We usually sit around and chat, and if Gary can get on here, Gary, where are you? I don't know where he went. He's what do you say here? Said not going to be an AZ this year. Oh, okay. Yeah, we saw that. We knew that, Gary. We knew that. All right. Well, thank you guys for being on, and hang on. We're going to say goodbye to Dawn here real quick. Dawn, what have you got coming out? You are kind of hooked on the whole Walmart and Cracker Barrel thing. You got the whole Walmart Cracker Barrel tour going on.
Yeah, I do several updates every week on shorts, and then I still am doing my videos right now. I'm trying to get out all the national parks before I go monetize. I tell YouTube, I want to be monetized. They keep bugging me, but I'm holding off. I've got I don't know 4 or 5 more national parks to do before I do that.
Awesome. Well, looks like you're having a blast, and it sounds like you're going to be down in the Florida area for the winter. Looks like you're going to have good company down there.
Yeah, but first I'm going to try to get the change of colors in New England area before I head south.
Fantastic. Well, you thanks for being on tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing what you kick out in your videos. If people haven't subscribed, Cowboy Biker Adventures right here on YouTube. So thanks for coming on, Don.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Well, that is going to wrap it up for another one this week. And I have been doing a little bit of filming, and hopefully we'll see. See right there. Look at that. That's Moe's chowder is the bomb. Exactly. So, and Jenny is saying they'll be your tour guide in Bend. Just hit her up. There you go. Beat Trapper, we're sorry we lost you right there. Check out that channel, and look forward to subscribe to that channel, and look forward to seeing your videos, seeing what you're putting out there. Thanks so much for coming on tonight. All right, guys, we are 3.5 minutes overtime. So, yeah, Gary, we didn't get you back. So glad to have you on, though. RV and Living Life. Join his channel, and he'll send you a free cup right there. See? All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll see you next week or the next video. One way or the other. Take care, guys. Live life full time. We're out of here. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.